Hey, yes, I'm back with new stories for tonight. I hope that you are having a good time and I hope your day was beautiful. I have so many blessings to celebrate. And well, a friend of mine was tested negative with her COVID swab test. That's a reason to celebrate. Well, I have another story and it's quite interesting. Once there was his name is George Bernard Danzig. Well, this guy happens to have he's a candidate for PhD, doctorate, smart guy. So this guy was running late. He actually arrived late. When he got to his class, it was a statistics class. He was already late and nobody was there. Anyway, he saw on the board two um, math problems. There were two problems, and immediately he copied them. He didn't know any better. He thought that was the homework for the day, which he missed. So he was only too glad to make sure that wait, mahina daw ako sa I'm there. I am broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. I hope it is better. Is it better? Am I better on Facebook now? Can you give me a thumbs up, please, if the sound is better on Facebook? All right. Okay. So Robert Danzig got his uh, two equations and he just copied them in his notes and brought it home. It took him several days to get it done. It was really hard. It was not an easy math problem. So anyway, he did solve it. It took him a long time, but he was able to solve it. By the end of the week, he went to his professor and gave it to him, put it in his table, and then the professor checked it. By golly, he was able to solve the problem correctly. That was a shock, not only for him, for, for everyone else, but also for the professor. And then he was called in. Mr. Danzig, I would like to have a word with you. And he was so surprised. George was so surprised because he didn't know why the professor wanted to see him at that time. So he said, "Yes, sir, anything." Not because he thought he didn't do it right, but he was pretty sure that he was able to solve it. And then the professor said, "Are you aware that that problem was left unsolved for the last 100 years?" Sir, he was so surprised. His professor said, "That problem was not solved, was left just as it is for the last 100 years, that even Albert Einstein himself could not solve it." Whoa! He did it because he didn't know that there was a limit. If you knew that there would be no limits, what would you do? Amazing, no? There are amazing things that people can do if they didn't know that they couldn't do it. What if he knew that that particular math problems, he did not just solve one, he solved two. By the way, he solved two math problems, both of which Einstein himself couldn't solve. Imagine the delight on his face when he learned that he was able to solve both problems. That was in 1939. So I have a question. What would you do if there are no limits? Somebody asked me before, what would you do if money is not a problem? What would you do if you think, if you are given the chance to not make a failure? What is it? Because every time we think of something, every idea that we have, we always think of the negative. We always think of what if this will not push? What if um, these things won't happen the way we planned it? What if? We have so many what ifs, remember? But then, you see, when you think of these things, they start to limit, they start to cripple you. But what would you do if there are no limits? Ate El, what would you do? How about you? I'm giving a shout out to Lilibeth and to Claudine Asinas. Ate, I think Miguel is watching. I hope he watched last night because I made a shout out for his birthday yesterday. If you didn't hear it, happy birthday, Miguel. Ayan. So, and also to Jen Guy, hello. What would you do if there is nothing that is keeping you from success? When you sleep tonight, as you lie in bed, I want you to think of all these things that you would want to do if you cannot feel. But the other day, I was telling you that everything has a price tag, right? You know, even air that you, hello. Do you know how much a tank of oxygen costs? 6,570. Well, the tank is 6,000. The air is 570. The air that you put in your tires, that's about 10 pesos per tire. So everything, water that you need to drink, how much per bottle now? But everything is now paid, even the air. So what would you do? The question is, what would you do if money is no object? If you cannot fail? Ano yun? Kasi, di ba, I was encouraging everyone to dream again, to actually make it a point to daydream, to think, to have this wishful thinking all over again. Why? Pangarap na nga lang ang libre, ayaw mo pa. Mangarap ka. Kasi hindi naman yun bawal. Mangarap ka. Dream again. Why? Because it's the only thing that's free. And it keeps your creativity flowing. You know, years before, I just thought of being on Facebook live, but I never had the chance to do it. I tried, I was wishing, Lilibeth knows this, I was wishing, what if I actually have a YouTube channel? I was thinking to myself, what would I say in front of the camera? What would I tell anyone? And who would listen to me or who would watch my videos anyway? So, what happened? ECQ happened. I had all the time in the world. So that is no longer a limiting factor. I had resource. It's Facebook Live is free. And well, I knew how to tell stories. And that is how Shallow Inspires got born. Because there is a need for more stories, for hope, for children to enjoy bedtime stories. And I hope the kids at heart are also enjoying the lessons that go with it. So I encourage everyone to, again, think, dream. What would you do if there are no limits? What would you do if you cannot fail? Okay, that is your assignment for tonight. Please think of it, and I hope that you would find the courage to do it, actually, to do it, and to skip all the fears. Well, I skipped my fears. Well, it's been how many months now since the quarantine started? So I got one of my bucket lists. Natanggal na yung part na yan, which is my own YouTube channel. And who knows where this would lead to. Okay? So, and I hope this inspired you. And this is Ate Shallow from Shallow Inspires. And those who are watching me on YouTube, please hit the subscribe button and also the all after the bell so that you will have a steady stream of stories and lessons to enjoy. Okay, shout out also Ate El and Elijah, and also to Sophia, Amelia, Fonzie, how are you? And I hope everyone is having a beautiful, beautiful night. Okay, good night, everyone. Thank you for watching. Good night on YouTube, on Facebook, and good night on YouTube too. All right, bye.